mean, 100% way to do it. Hey, what's going on guys? Nick from Soho Motorsports, and today we're going to talk about Vegas's 2014 Nissan 370Z Supercharged with the VR transmission. So Vegas came to us and wanted his vehicle boosted. So options, Soho Supercharger system, but he had an automatic transmission. So with the VHR automatic transmission, you're kind of limited as to how much power you can put down because there is a weak point in that transmission at around 400 foot-pounds of torque. Not to worry, we were able to incorporate the VR transmission out of the 2016 and newer Q50, Q60 3.0 twin turbo vehicles into this setup here. So why do we do that? Because that transmission can handle the power when it's thrown at it. Instead of doing a built transmission, you can do this transmission, save you a little bit of money, put the power down, have firmer shifts, and enjoy the vehicle. So let's talk about this build here. What does it have? It's got our Soho V2 air-to-air setup with the new cog setup and the fix for the cog issue that we were facing over the past few months.
So one of the main challenges that we faced with this kit was all the various vehicles and configurations that we have that this kit needs to fit on. So we have kits for 350Z, 370Z, G37, and Q50. You know, as you can see on the lift behind us, there's a Q50 all-wheel driver that has the same setup. So we had to have something that would upgrade all of these items that would make it work with all of the V2 and V1 air-to-air kits that we have to offer. Because obviously we want to sell a kit that not only goes for any new client that buys this kit, but also anybody with an older kit has the ability to upgrade. And let me tell you, the results on these things are fantastic. The boost plot's linear. It makes a little bit more boost because it's a mechanical connection versus being a friction connection with the old style belt. So there's really no downside here. And now that we have everything dialed into where the belt wear is an issue of the past, they're just money. I mean, we have the tension correct as per Vortex specs. We have the belt wrap correct, and honestly, physics were fighting us a little bit with this kit, which is why it took a little bit of time to develop due to the fact the tensioner is on the drive side of the belt. So with addition of a top idler, it keeps that belt wrap nice and snug around the pulley on the Supercharger. Everything stays exactly where it should be. It'll boost happy all the way up to 16, 17 PSI. We've got this kit on 5 vehicles right now, just really throwing down. So we're excited to release this to the masses and tell everybody we're good. In the Supercharger world, we got it. This stuff's going into production. We've got all these items going into production now. One of the main pieces we actually drew up and developed here is this part of the bracket, which is the idler bracket, fits behind the pulley. You know, it clears all the piping. It clears the hood on the HR, which is a major concern. So, you know, we're super happy to release this kit and let everybody know we got the fix.
It's got 1300cc injectors and a 340 liter per hour pump, non-return system, and basically he's got high flow cats and a Tomei Y pipe and a Tomei single. Very basic build, made great power. So it is going to be running the EcuTech software. Now the nice thing about the EcuTech software, which I've explained in a couple of other videos, is that there are a lot of safety features. We can do AFR safety features, we can do custom mapping on the back end, traction control, you can do up to 4 different maps, also the ability to do speed density, which allows the vehicle to drive a lot better, and you can enjoy the way the vehicle drives and makes more power. So with that setup here, let's talk about power. What kind of power did this vehicle do? On 93 pump gas, we did 2 maps. One which is a little bit more aggressive and one which is a conservative map for him. So he has 2 maps to enjoy. The conservative map at 13.5 PSI put down 515 wheel and 391 foot-pounds of torque. Now do keep in mind, this is on 93 octane. So his more aggressive map that we did put down 558 and 422 at 13.8 PSI. So almost touching 14 PSI. 13 to 14 PSI is where we want to keep it at when we're tuning on 93 octane, just because high compression motor, 93 octane. Now, if we were running E85, obviously we could run a little bit more timing, we could run more boost, and really make more power on this setup. However, this is gonna be a fun car to drive just because you're over 500 wheel on an automatic 370Z. VR transmission, as I was saying earlier, the shifting is going to be night and day. It's an inexpensive version of a DCT is what I call it, just because you can enjoy the firm shifts, it can hold the power. It's just a great combo to put into this vehicle. And we now have a transmission brace that you can buy to incorporate your VR transmission into your build. See the link below, visit our website, and you can purchase those with that setup there. So let's talk a little bit more about this car here. Very straightforward. Like I said, it's got the high flow cats, Tomei Y pipe, and the Tomei single exit. You'll see I'll do some pulls on the dyno so you can see how it sounds. Any boosted VQ is going to sound great when you do a single exit, plus they make more power. We also offer a single exit as well on our website. Be sure to hit the link below to check out our single exits. We have dropped them in pricing, and we are getting ready for Black Friday pricing too as well. So in conclusion on this setup here, like I said, it's a very straightforward build. He will enjoy this vehicle. Let's go for a ride with Bobby and see what he thinks. All right, so I'm here with Bobby. We're taking Vegas' 2014 370Z for a drive. So Soho V2 air-to-air, VR transmission swap, 1300cc injectors, 450 pump? 340 pump. So our basic setup, just the bigger injectors on this one here. So the nice thing you'll see on this is the VR transmission swap, which a lot of guys are starting to do because they're able to put more power down and not have to pay the built transmission prices. Right. So we'll see what this does as far as power and how it drives, and then kind of go from there. You would know that at this point right here, 2500, so you'd have the chirp. Very, very minimal, if anything, right? This is in an auto, 5th gear, you can see it. So, all right, so we're gonna do a third into fourth so you can see what we're talking about in regards to the shifting of the VR compared to the VHR. So, traction control map is on, so see what it does.
Get past this traffic real quick.
Yeah, try to get past the traffic and then we'll be good to go at that point.
All right.
All right, here we go. Shifting, man, can't beat that.
It's just instant.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that I love about it so much. Is like, it's
there.
It's when you're ready to go, it's ready to go.
Yep. It's the inexpensive DCT option, right?
Yeah.
For the Nissan. That was nice. That's the way to do it, man.
And it's aggressive, but it's smooth. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Not enough to where it's going to put you through the windshield when you shift, just enough to know that it's there and it's shifting. So, right. Yeah, it's like an inexpensive DCT.
The downshifts are crisp too.
Yep. And this is a completely stock VR transmission. All we did was just put the VHR TCM in it.
Yep.
That's it. So, very straightforward swap. Also got our VR transmission mount that we're going to be offering as well too that I spoke about earlier. So, if you guys want to do this, you can definitely contact us and get the proper parts to do it. So we'll do another rip here.
Yeah, I'm going to downshift from 4th to 3rd.
Okay.
It's like a video game. You're just pressing buttons.
That's the way to do it. He's going to like this. This is the way to do it, man. 100% way to do it.